Hello and welcome into the Al McGuire Center here on Marquette TV. We've got the finale of the Marquette Invitational here this weekend with the Marquette Golden Eagles matching up with the University of Northern Iowa Panthers. Hello and welcome in to Marquette Wire Sports. I'm Matt Yezo alongside Christian Parisi. And Christian, it's been a good weekend so far for Marquette, trying to finish out a good weekend here.
Yeah, they beat Wright State and UTSA, so it's been a good weekend for them after they lost to both Wisconsin and Kentucky last weekend. So Coach Tice heading into the Invitational wanted clean play, and that's what it's been so far. So Northern Iowa is trying to pick up their second win on the weekend, where Marquette is trying to win all three games. So it should be a good one between two good teams.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, last weekend was a tough one. Two sweeps against two top 10 teams in Kentucky and Wisconsin, but now two sweeps yesterday for Marquette. So a lot of quick games. Meanwhile, Northern Iowa also played UTSA and Wright State yesterday, splitting those two matchups. So what do you think Marquette is looking for in terms of their matchup today with Northern Iowa?
I think going into the game, they want to pressure Northern Iowa. They want to get up early. They really want to work together, get those assists, get those kills early so they don't go down as bad as was last weekend. But in these two other games, they've gone clean sweeps in both. So they want to get out to a quick start like they have yesterday.
Absolutely, and we're just about to get underway here from the Al McGuire Center. Yeah, last game for both of these teams before they get started in conference play. Marquette will head to Villanova on Friday to begin Big East play. Northern Iowa out of the Missouri Valley Conference. 8-2 overall for Marquette on the season, with Northern Iowa starting 5-7 on the year. And we will be right back here on Marquette TV as we take a pause for the national anthem. And welcome back. Just about to get underway here between the Golden Eagles and the Panthers as the starting lineup's getting announced. Plenty of UNI fans in the building, as well as Marquette fans taking the trip. This has been a pretty common series between these two teams. Ryan Tice talked about that with us this week, how it's become a pretty easy home and home for these two teams to make. All it takes is a bus trip to get from here to Cedar Falls, Iowa. So it's been a pretty good matchup between these two programs.
Yeah, it has, and I'm excited for this one tonight. Both teams are hungry to finish off on a high note at this game, but we're in for a good one, definitely. And it's so nice to have teams that they're so close together that they can just, instead of flying, as Tice said, take the bus, quick trips in and out.
All right, you saw the Marquette starters get announced there. Also saw the head coaching matchup. A couple of veterans on both sides. Ryan Tice in his 8th season with the Golden Eagles, and Bobby Peterson in her 22nd year as the head coach of the UNI program. Now about ready to get underway. Same starting lineup as yesterday for the Golden Eagles. Claire Moser, the setter, Hannah Vandenberg, outside hitter, along with Hope Wirch, Taylor Wolf, the right side hitter, Carson Murray and Savannah Rennie, the middle blockers, and Carly Strawback, the libero wearing the blue jersey. And for UNI, it'll be Jenna Brandt, Taylor Alden, Kira Fallert, Emily Holterhouse, Inga Rado, and Carly Spees starting out.
Yeah, as you said, Matt, these same starting lineups. So they had to play 2 games yesterday and 1 game today. So it'll be interesting to see if these players have started to slowly burn out from all the play.
And the first point goes to the Golden Eagles as Hope Wirch gets the kill. Wirch now with the serve. That's blocked, and another point for the Golden Eagles.
Oh, good defensive play right up there for Carson Murray, just getting the block right at the top of the net. Good start for the Golden Eagles.
The 6'4" Carson Murray, the redshirt freshman. Strawback puts it in the air. Murray slams it down.
Ooh.
And that's another point for Marquette.
Good job by Anna Vandenberg. We're getting into the area. Even I tried to save that, but they just had no chance on that one.
Another block from Murray. And that'll be the first point for the Panthers.
The ball goes out of bounds. Point Northern Iowa.
Kira Follert gets the kill on that one. Murray slams it down and gets another kill.
Another one for Carson Murray. She's just off to a great start. Defensive play over and over, and she had that one with authority.
Now scroll back to libero, back to serve.
Oh.
And she can't handle that one, as that'll be another point for UNI.
Yeah, Taylor Arlington hit that with force. Too much there for Carly Scraba.
There's another Golden Eagle kill.
Marquette's off to a fast start right here. UNI's hit percentage is only 16%, so they gotta step it up on that end, but the defense for the Golden Eagles right now is just on the money.
So Savannah Rennie putting the 5th point on the board. And Strawback can't handle that one as well.
Taylor Alden again. She's pinning in by force right to Strawback, and she just can't handle it on that one again.
Another point for Marquette. As that was Jenna Reitzma with the kill there. 6-3 Golden Eagles lead. Soft tap over the net. One of the longer volleys so far of this first set. And that one goes just out of bounds.
That was a good volley by both teams. Teamwork on both sides, clean hit, and it's up UNI getting the point.
Emily Holterhouse back for the serve.
Oh!
And it's rejected.
Kira Follert right there. She put that one back right in the faces of the Golden Eagles.
And that's another point for UNI as it's slammed over. So they tie it back up at 6.
Yeah, UNI, the couple of great authority to finish off the points.
And Marquette regains the lead. As Reitzma picks up another kill.
Yeah, Coach Tice after the Kentucky game, we were able to talk to him, and he said he takes pride in being able to get 50 kills on what is a great front line for the Kentucky Wildcats. But these past 2 games, they've been out of the money with getting. They had in the first game 46 kills to 30 and then 45 kills to 30. So just getting in front and really honing in on getting those kills.
6-4 Marquette leading in kills so far in this first set, as we're tied up at 7. And now UNI regains the lead.
Yeah, both front lines not slowing down at all. They're very tough for both teams, so it's going to be a long night.
Jenna Reitzma steps off after good start to this one for the freshman.
Now, she also had a good game against UTSA, had tied with Hannah Vandenberg for 10 digs, so she's been very productive for the first year.
Strawback puts it up, and it's slammed down by Hope Wirch to tie it back up at 9.
That was just a great play by Hope Wirch over there. Slams it down with authority, and now the game tied back up. But UNI is not slowing down. They're keeping in touch with what is a good Marquette team. So this should be an interesting one.
Up to Vandenberg, and she slams it down. 10-9 Marquette leads. And that one lands to tie it back up.
She was close there, but it seems like she's stepping on the ground. It might either be slippery or her shoes are not enough traction, so keep an eye on that one.
Vandenberg hits it over, and the Panthers can't handle it.
Yeah, it looks like Kaylee Donner and one of our other teammates, they just collided right there, so it was an easy kill right there for Marquette.
Strawback back for the serve. Good dig there from Strawback. But you can't do it there.
That was a good first dig, but just did not get the right handle on the second one, and UNI gets to tie it up here at 11 apiece.
Carly Spees with the kill there for the Panthers. Holterhouse with the kill there. Now the Panthers with a 1-point lead here in set 1.
Yeah, it's been back and forth. Marquette came out early with a good lead, but UNI has fought back in this game. And right there again, their front line is showing no mercy, going after every single play possible.
Good battle so far in the front line. Taylor Wolf back for the serve for Marquette.
And Taylor Wolf is one of the graduate students that's taken advantage of this extra year of eligibility due to COVID-19. And she said that she's just happy to have fans back in the stands. It's kind of a good send-off for most of these players that didn't get their normal senior year.
Absolutely, a big deal for the Golden Eagles to have Taylor Wolf back, and certainly a weird spring season last year. No fans in the building. And they just started playing at home last weekend with Kentucky and Wisconsin being their first home games. Some good atmospheres there, and it's certainly just good to be back.
Yeah, definitely. Both Hope Wirch and Coach Tice were both saying after the Kentucky game that it felt good. It felt right to have those fans back in the stands. And although they didn't get them the win, just having them in the back, because you don't realize how important fans are. And especially, although this is technically a neutral site, you can still hear the band is playing, the band is having a good time. So the atmosphere and the feeling of just getting that energy and putting it into the game.
Savannah Rennie's shot goes just too far out of bounds. Now Panthers with their biggest lead, 15-13.
Yeah, they've come back and they're showing that they can run with Marquette, and Marquette just seems to have been falling off just a little bit after they came out to that nice early lead.
Rennie now back for the serve. And it's going to be a point for Marquette.
Hope Wirch, Carson Murray up there at the front line, those two very tall players. So it's going to be a little rough out there if they want to try to get past Carson Murray and Hope Wirch on the front line.
Another block.
With the
Reitzma and Murray up there to contest that one. Rennie with another serve. And they couldn't stop that one, as that will tie the game at 16.
Yeah, it's going back and forth. Marquette takes a nice lead, and then UNI comes back. UNI starts to get a nice lead, and Marquette comes back. So very tough knit, very close match we have here in set one. Should make up for a good game. Good match, Mons.
That one goes too far. Marquette regains the lead. Claire Mosier now into the game with the serve.
Yeah, you can see that both teams right now, you wouldn't even suspect that they played 2 games the day before. They're coming out with a lot of firepower, so it's a good sign, because Coach Tice said he wanted to maybe slow the pace, do a lot of rotations early on so that the bodies would be fresh for this last game on the weekend.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is something we talked about with Tice this week. It's not common to have multiple games in one day anymore, let alone 3 total games on the weekend. So a lot of players getting playing time that may not get in as much against the Kentuckys and Wisconsin, but certainly seems like that's been a big deal for Tice this weekend.
Yeah, so it just seems like they're taking – bodies are very important. He didn't want to have any injuries that could have happened with overuse, so it's very important to get the rest. But after today, they can go a little rest before they play again. But this is college. This is what sports are all about. Sometimes you have those quick turnaround times, and it's about how you respond, and both teams have responded very well.
And, trying to use this weekend to prepare themselves for conference play starting next weekend, not trying to burn themselves out here in this invitational after what was a big test for this team, I think, last weekend against those 2 great programs. And getting swept in both of those matchups kind of helped them reflect and see where they are and try to improve going into conference play.
Yeah, going into conference play next weekend, as you said, Marquette was picked 2nd in the Big East preseason poll, so they're going to want to step up, and they're going to want to take advantage every time they get, because last year, for the first time in 11 years, they didn't make the NCAA tournament, so they're going to really want to step up this year and although they were picked second, which is a very good number, they wanna win the Big East, and they want to go to the NCAA tournament like they're used to.
Point there for Marquette. Golden Eagles with a 222 hitting percentage compared to 192 for the Panthers prior to that point from the Golden Eagles.
And as noted earlier with Carson Murray up front, she said she put a lot of work in the offseason, kind of learned the mechanics, learned from players last year. So she's really taken advantage, and it's really shown that she's worked a lot in the offseason because she's just come out here. She's been having a very good weekend, especially just a very good season so far for her.
Panthers point there, stopped a 3-0 run from the Golden Eagles. Now up to Hope Wirtz, and she gets the kill.
Hope Wirtz come out. That's her third kill of the set. So she's just been coming ready to play.
3 kills each now for Wirtz, Reitzma, and Vandenberg to lead the Golden Eagles. And that serve goes just too far for a point for the Panthers.
Yeah. Wirtz and Vandenberger and all this, they're a very, very talented, very veteran-heavy team. So having those leaders step up compared to UNI, which is a very young team, has no seniors, has a lot of first years. So you can see how much this veteran leadership has rubbed off on the rest of the Golden Eagles.
Tried to block the attempt from Vandenberg, but it goes out of bounds for a point and a 21-18 Golden Eagles lead.
Yeah, they're 4 points away from winning the first set, so I know Coach Tice is probably hoping that this team doesn't let up and doesn't let UNI come back in.
Strawback puts it up for Wolf.
Oh, good save right there.
And that's a good block there from Vandenberg.
That was a great play. Good save and then good finish by Vandenberg right there.
Another timeout after one of the better volleys of the set so far. 22-18, biggest lead so far for Marquette.
Yeah, it's a very good first match, and UNI they won in 4 sets the past 2 games, and so they want to go out to a quick start as well. But Marquette is showing right now that they're not going to let up. They have a very good front line that's going on right now, and Hope Wirtz, Carson Murray, Hannah Vandenberg, they're starting out very strong, so it's going to be a testament to what the rest of the game and match is going to seem like.
Absolutely, and this is, as you mentioned earlier, a big opportunity for Northern Iowa, who's had a bit of a tough start to their season, and not the start to the season that they would like. They also had to go through Kentucky. They also got swept by Creighton, who's a team that Marquette will have to play a couple of times this year, one of the better teams in the country, the team that was picked first in the Big East preseason poll. As you mentioned, Marquette was picked or voted to be second in the preseason poll, so it should be a good matchup when those happen between the Golden Eagles and the Blue Jays.
Yeah. And you said UNI also played Kentucky earlier in the year. They were also swept, but the key to what really surprised me is that UNI only scored 5 points in the first set against Kentucky. So Kentucky, and then they scored 17 and 18, whereas Marquette was kind of close, running it close, especially in that second set against Kentucky. They lost 30-28. So it's very interesting to see how they fared against Kentucky, but it's been a close one here.
Tapped over by Wolf, and the Panthers can't handle it.
Yeah, Carly Spees tried to get it over the net there, and just a little short. So they are close here, 2 points away from winning this first set.
Strawback dives and puts it up. Vandenberg taps it over.
Oh, here we go. Set point right here for the Golden Eagles. This would be huge if they can close out what has been a very good set between both teams.
Marquette fans get on their feet.
Waving their gold towels.
Falls to the ground, and Marquette wins the first set.
Good end to a very good set, and you see all these fans waving their gold towels. The Golden Eagles are in their gold jerseys. They're playing childhood cancer, so it's very good to see not only Marquette supporting cancer, but professional teams all around have been supporting throughout the month of September, and it's just been a very good sight to see. Also, Sarah Rose last year battling with Ewing sarcoma. It's great to see that she's now cancer-free, but it's just been an interesting year for her, but it's so glad to see that she was able to overcome what was an incredible obstacle, so props to her.
Yeah, the gold for Sarah warm-up shirts before the game.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, Childhood Cancer Prevention Night here at the Al McGuire Center. With the gold jerseys, UNI in the black with a 25-18 win in set one for the Golden Eagles.
Now, as you see, Marquette hit percentage is 28.6, UNI 13.9. So it's definitely been hit percentage is one of the big things. Marquette has held Wright State and UTSA to very low hitting percentages. So that's probably one of the very big keys in why they were able to win set number one.
And we're going to show you a replay here from the first set. Some of the highlights.
The highlights from overall, very, very good set. You see all the towels waving there when they see that they got a set point.
The service ace there to end the first set, a 25-18 win for Marquette.
Yeah, there's 4 lead changes, 10 tie scores, but I think Coach Tice wants to come out this one. Maybe he doesn't want such a close second set. He wants to come out, get those digs, get those kills, and have their defense step up like they did at the very end. Carson Murray, Hannah Vandenberg, Taylor Wolf, very good at the front. So keep getting those blocks and standing tall against what is a good UNI team, but it seems that Marquette has overpowered them here in the first set, so want to get out to a bigger lead this time.
Just about ready to get underway in set two. And as you mentioned earlier, Kristen, with those Kentucky and Wisconsin games, you look at it and you see, they got swept in both of those matchups, but the individual sets were closely contested versus, as you meant, only scoring 5 points for UNI against Kentucky in the first set. So here, pretty tightly contested first set. We'll have to see if the Panthers are able to pick one up over the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, they lost. The Panthers are going to want to come back after this one. In Wright State, they lost first set, but they came back to win set 2, 3, and 4. So it's it's not how they start, but how they finish. And I know UNI is going to want to get out to a fast start and try to redeem themselves in this second set to avoid being down 2-0, because if you tie it up, it's easier to come back. But to come back, having to come back 2 sets is going to be a little hard to overcome.
Service ace to start off the second set for Hope Wirch. Strawback puts it up for Wolf, but it's blocked.
With the block, Kira Fowler, team number 15.
Yeah, Kira Fowler right there. And that's what I said before. Both teams have a very good front line, and right there getting up, starting it off for UNI.
That one goes too far. Strawback now back for the serve. Up to Vandenberg, and she hits it too far.
Yeah, that was a good try, good attempt back in the back corner of on the floor, but just a little not as crisp as she would have liked, because it was floating over a little, so a little bit more arm down and angle it more down for next time.
Good kill there from Savannah Rennie to give Marquette the lead.
Yeah, that was a good play. And in the Wright State game, she had 10 kills. She was second, just Hope Wirch 11. So Savannah Rennie has been getting out there and playing a very good right now for Coach Tyson, the Golden Eagles.
That one hit into the net. Marquette picks up another point.
And Hannah Vandenberg, third block of the night. Coming out strong for the front end on the defensive end for the Golden Eagles. Just a great play right there. And there it is again, the front line of the Golden Eagles giving UNI a trouble.
Vandenberg also tied with Rennie for the team leading kills with 4. That one goes out of bounds.
Yeah. Marquette going out with a good lead so far. 5-2 has been just playing very crisp and has been looking so much better this weekend than they did last weekend, and just cleaner overall, which is one of the big things that Coach Tice emphasized is clean play. They're working together, working as a team.
Another service ace, Taylor Wolf that time, and we'll get another timeout.
Yeah, UNI just being overpowered right now by Marquette. Their defense has just been phenomenal. Golden Eagles not wasting any time in this set, going out, starting out very well. So I think it's just a tale of the defenses. Which defense is going to come out? Which front line is going to want it more? And that's going to be the case right here. But look at Hannah Vandenberg, 3 blocks. And Hope Wirch, Carson Murray, they all have been doing a great job getting kills, getting blocks, and just standing strong for the defense.
Yeah, Marquette's been on quite a run here since about midway through the first set, really taking control of this game. Bobby Peterson, the UNI head coach, trying to slow down the Golden Eagle momentum here at the Al Guire Center.
Yeah, momentum definitely for sure. You can just feel it right now that the Golden Eagles are just loving it, playing back at home, feeling comfortable. The fans, not as big of a turnout as it was last weekend against the Badgers and against the Wildcats, but still a good sense and a good feel and a good atmosphere here in the last game of the Marquette Invitational.
And Taylor Wolf sets up for the serve, and we're going to introduce the third member of our crew of tonight's broadcast. We'll send it to Molly Gretzlock, our sideline reporter.
Thank you, Matt. First, I just wanted to touch on this team and how they played together. They almost made that NCAA tournament last season after playing a lot of competitive D1 teams, and they had a race for that bid. But a lot of them were feeling a little upset that they didn't really make it necessarily. But a good thing this season is they have everybody back. Savannah Rennie, Taylor Wolf, Hope Wirch, all big names to this program. And over this past season, the team knows how to work together and how to work together well. And that's one of the things Coach Tice has with this team going forward into this season after COVID last year and what was just weird. Looking forward to see what they can do to finish up this tournament tonight and then going ahead into the Big East after this. Back to you, Kristen and Matt.
Bad Molly. As you see, we had a pause here. Savannah Rennie was getting looked at by the trainer, but it looks like she's all right. She's going to stay in the game.
Yeah, it looks like something with her eye, and it's good to see that she's okay, but we'll see how that affects her playing, if it was something, if it was like contact or dust or something in her eye, but hopefully she's all good and can continue playing at the level that she's been playing today.
The lefty Taylor Alden with the serve, but going to go out of bounds for another Marquette point. 7-3 Golden Eagles lead here in set 2.
Yeah, as I said, the first set, lots of ties, couple of lead changes, but Marquette's making it known that they're not playing around this second set, going out to a 4-point lead.
Draw back up to Works, and she gets the kill.
That's her 4th kill of the night. Just great play right here from the graduate student, Hope Wirch. Just lots, she's very smart, knows how to play, knows when to, just knows everything. It's just such very good at what she does.
Rennie there with the kill as the block couldn't get over the net. And now Golden Eagles running away with this set so far, 9-3. And that serve from Sesau goes into the net.
UNI trying to creep back into this one, and as we saw in the first set, they had 12 kills, but when they're winning, they're averaging almost 46, around 46 kills a game, but a lot less when they're losing. So they need to step up in their kills if they really want to come back against this Golden Eagle team.
Good spike there from Savannah Rennie to put Marquette up 10-4. She goes back for the serve. Tapped over by Wirch. Good touch on that one.
Yeah, soft touch on that one. It looks like UNI just seems lost out there, doesn't know what to do, and another timeout, and they need to calm down, they need to regroup, they need to come back as a team. I feel like they're getting flustered out there. Marquette's coming out strong, but they can't let the pressure get to them and just settle down and see and go back to how they're playing in the first set. But Marquette, on the other side, no jitters, no sign of fatigue from those past 2 games, and they've just coming out and showing UNI that they want to end this in 3 sets.
You see Iggy there hanging out with fans, having fun here in the Al McGuire Center. But as you mentioned, 2 sweeps yesterday for Marquette certainly helps when you're talking about the fatigue factor and playing 2 games yesterday, the 3rd one of the weekend here. And certainly helps with managing everyone's stamina. And yeah, they look strong today so far.
Yeah, they look strong. It's very good to show. But after this, they take rest because they have a lot of big conference games coming up. And if they're fatigued and they need to just take time, rest, regroup, and hope that they're all ready for conference play.
Again, Marquette starting conference play at Villanova next Friday. Then they'll go at Georgetown. First conference home game will be October 1st here at the Al McGuire Center against UConn.
That should be a good one. And they don't play Creighton until October 10th, and Creighton was picked first in the Big East in the preseason poll, so that should be a great game. Lots of good things to see there. And it's very interesting to see how this Big East Conference turns out at the end of the season. Good
job by the Golden Eagles to save that one. Rennie with a good dig. Another block from Murray.
Carson Murray, just great plays right there. The block and then the kill. She's just been playing so well today. She looks so confident out there, so it's great to see that.
12-4, Golden Eagles lead. As Rennie's serve goes just too far out of bounds.
Yeah, the redshirt freshman, Carson Murray again. She's just been looking so good today, and her second year, she's looking confident. She looks like she fits right in. She could even be a veteran. That's how good she's been playing right now, and just looks confident and poised, and just glad that she's out there having a good time.
That one goes too short into the net for point for the Panthers. 13-5 now.
That was a good touch, Carson. Very smart play by the redshirt freshman. She's, as I said before, just doing all the right things, and that veteran leadership is something that's really important, and it's showing in this veteran-heavy team that they're rubbing off really well on the younger players.
Scrawl back up to Wolf. That one's blocked. Back to Wolf. Good volley here. Scrawl back up to Wirtz. And Golden Eagles can't handle it.
It's a little overpowered there for UNI. This is only their 6th point of the set, so little by little they're going to want to try to fight the way back in, but Marquette still has a lot of the momentum going right now, so see how it shakes out.
There's Jenna Brandt with the serve. And Wirtz picks up another kill.
Hope Wirtz coming out strong. Her 6th kill of the match, and her and Savannah Randy are tied for 6 kills at a piece.
That's another point for Marquette as that one goes into the net.
Yeah. And a lot of for these first-year players and these second-year players, it's good, as we said, fans back in the stadium, and it just feels good right now. But first-year players coming in, it must have been difficult last year for Carson Murray and a lot of the other first years. They came in and they weren't able to have the experience that they should have had. So it's definitely an adjustment, not only for the first years this year, but for the redshirt freshmen that are just getting back into what is a normal year here in college.
Yeah, I mean, that really, not even just athletes, students in general. So many sophomores on this campus. It's completely new experience for everybody here. But glad everyone's back on campus and able to get back to somewhat normal.
Yeah. And it's just like the adjustment for anyone. I know for me it was a little weird last year, but for Jenna Reitzma, she comes from a very close-knit family, and she's one of 5, has a twin brother. So she said it was very hard for her to move away from her family, but they've come in, they've supported her, they watch her games. So she said the adjustment's been tough, but it's still good that her family can still support her from a distance.
17-7, Marquette leads now after the service error from Hope Wirtz.
Now to a 10-point lead in this second set. See if UNI can start slowly coming back, but right now the veteran leadership is just overpowering UNI today.
Megan Whitty with the serve for the Panthers. That one goes out of bounds. Or excuse me, it landed inbounds. So now 17-8, Marquette leads.
Now out one player this year that's made a name for herself for UNI. I mean, she's already been a name, but Taylor Aldine notched 1,000 career assists in the Wright State game. She had 32 in that game with 14 digs. So Taylor Aldine, the freshman from Wisconsin, is really just starting out in her very first year.
Alden's played well today with 4 kills. Was on the MVC all-freshman team in the spring season last year. Talented young player.
For sure. And the Panthers and Bobby Peterson must be really thrilled that they have her for a really much longer time. She's very young, already 1,000 career assists, so it's a very good upside, a very good career that's going to happen for Taylor Aldine.
Vandenberg picks up another kill.
That's also her 6th. So we have 6 from Reddy, 6 from Vandenberg, and 6 from, they're just everyone out there. They're getting a lot of kills, and they're just, hitting percentage right now is just so good. 35.7% for Marquette and only 8.9% for UNI. So that's really the story here, is why Marquette has been able to have a very good luck, is because UNI is not having a very good day hitting the ball.
Caroline Dragani into the game for the first time as she served that one, but it'll be a point for the Panthers.
Yeah, now they hit 10. They're still down by 9, slowly starting to get the momentum rush, but in order for them to win this game, they're going to have to be strategic. They're going to have to get more kills than what there are right now, and they're going to have to start hitting the ball better.
Reitzma picks up another kill and puts Marquette up by 10, 20-10. Golden Eagles lead here in set 2.
Yeah, they're 5 points away from claiming set number 2, and they've just look fired up right now and very excited on the sideline. You can see the passion, you can see all the emotions and how excited every single time they score is, the teamwork and the celebrations that's going on after every point that they get. So it's really good to see the team just out there having fun.
Jaden Garrison into the game for the Golden Eagles, picked up a service ace. And that one's blocked by Reitzma.
Yeah. That was a good block right there by Reitzma. And it just, again, seeing the bench just get so fired up is just such a good sight to see. They're all having fun. And kind of a family atmosphere. That's what they all preach about, has how much Marquette volleyball is a family. And you want that. You want them to all feel good and be happy being surrounded with each other.
(22-11) Golden Eagles lead. That set up too far for Savannah Rennie.
Good play right there by UNI. Just good touches all around on that volley. Reitzma wasting no time making a name for herself in this game. That's her 6th kill of the day.
Rennie with the serve. That one just lands in bounds.
Oh yeah, Megan Whitty just powerful right there. Too far for the Golden Eagles. Good play, solid teamwork right there for UNI, but they're still down 10, so it's going to be a hill to climb. But right there, another good point, and their bench is now getting into it. They're starting to get some of the momentum back from Marquette.
Service ace from the Panthers there brings them to 23-14. Strawback puts it up for Wirtz, and that's another kill for Hope Wirtz.
What a great touch right there by Hope Wirtz. The teamwork right there. Hope Wirtz just makes such a good player, makes all the right plays at all the right times.
And now it's set point once again as Claire Mosier goes back for the serve.
Good serve, good touch,
and it's another service ace to close out.
You and I right there had no answer right off the serve. They just had a bad touch, couldn't get it back, and there's another good set win right there for the Golden Eagles.
25-14 set to win, and now a 2-0 lead for the Golden Eagles over the Northern Iowa Panthers.
Yeah, that looked like Marquette volleyball in that set. They went out, they jumped out to a good lead, and it never looked back. And this is what they're going to want. These kind of plays, getting out early and having this confidence going into conference play next weekend.
Well, let's take a look back at set 2 and see how Marquette came away with the set victory.
Yeah, the defense on the front line in that set was awesome. Good teamwork, and just the kills after kills in that set really showed up. Hope Wirtz really made way for herself, and that last play right there to win this set was just an amazing touch right there by the graduate students.
They will win. Contestants, are you ready? Get set.
Again, 25-14, Marquette wins set 2.
Seems like a little friendly competition down there on the court. I think those are X's and T-shirts, so looks good to have missed this. I really did miss this, and the fans getting into it, and in 2 weeks it'll be Marquette homecoming, so Marquette against UConn, and then Marquette Madness right after, so these fans just being able to get back into it. It's going to be such a fun thing to be able to go broadcast that, be back in, and just have the feeling that what Marquette games are all about.
Absolutely an exciting time on this campus. Basketball, men's and women's, starting up in a couple of weeks. And we've got good teams playing here in the fall. Competitive volleyball games going on. It's a fun time here on this campus.
I'm excited for Marquette Madness. It should be fun. The Shaka Smart era starting for Marquette, and Coach Megan Duffy's hoping for another good run with the Golden Eagles, hoping to win that Big East tournament. Last year they played against UConn and got blown out. They've gone for 5-6 years, but the only time they won was in 2017. So both teams going to look for hungry, but it's just so good to see, and I can't wait to see what Marquette volleyball can do for the rest of the season and going in. I think that they have a really good chance in this Big East conference. It's a very good conference, Big East for all sports. Very competitive right here, but just overall excited to see Big East Conference play the tournament, and hopefully they can make it back to the NCAA tournament this year.
Yeah, that's a big deal, obviously, after missing last season. After missing the tournament last season, as Molly mentioned previously, and we're going to send it to our sideline reporter, Molly.
Thank you, guys. First off, I'd like to say those first 2 games yesterday, got 2 wins, 3 sets, super fast games. Coach Tice was mentioning in pregame interview that he wanted to reduce fatigue with that team. In that first game against UTSA yesterday around noontime, Hope Wirtz didn't play. And this gave it an advantage to that team because they were able to test out different lineups around the court, different people, getting everyone out there adapted before this Big East run starts with regular season. And that was something big, as well as being at home. This team loves that there's fans here, as you guys have mentioned, and seeing people cheering. I know that my camera crew over here, they've been looking around for people to show, and they saw some babies, and it's just been amazing seeing all these people coming out to support this team. And Kristen, you said with that family atmosphere as well, this team went down to Hawaii to start this non-conference play with the tournament down there. Like, how fun is that? Going off, being able to just have fun at the beach, get to know each other, and just come together as a team. And as we've seen this weekend with these 2 wins here, looking to finish out in 3 games again, and those 2 wins last night, this team's looking pretty good so far. Kristen, Matt, back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Molly. And to your point, certainly a great way to start the season with 3 games in the state of Hawaii, and they won all 3 of those games. Marquette started their season 6-0 before there's 2 losses last weekend to Kentucky and Wisconsin, but certainly tough matchups, and Marquette looking to continue their strong start, 8-2 thus far.
Yeah, there are always lots of strong starts. Coach Tice in his 8th year, he's just been such a great coach, great atmosphere. He knows how to lead this team. He knows how to use them to their advantages. So it's exciting to see that they're off to such a great start. And you said those 2 losses, those were good losses to have. And just hoping, although this is neutral, hoping next week that they can get their first home win on the stat sheet on the season.
Just about to get ready for the final set. Golden Eagles looking for their 3rd sweep of the weekend in this Marquette Invitational. They have yet to lose a set, and Coach Ryan Tice would love to keep it that way.
Yeah, quick and easy. That's what he wants. Quick and easy. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, fast, so they don't have to play more sets and tire their body out. But he has to be happy with the kills that they've been getting. I mean, 30 kills to 19 right now. 30 Marquette, 19 UNI. So he has to be happy with how clean they've been playing, how dominant their defense has been. So definitely a good sight for Coach Tice.
Double contact. Point Marquette.
Hope Ward's back for the serve, and she hits it into the net.
They're just a little short on that one, but she'll get it back. She'll be, the best thing is, although it was a serve error right there, she'll get it back. She knows how to bounce back, and crisp plays all around.
Strawback now back to serve. 3-1 Marquette leading early on in set 3.
As I said before, the family atmosphere, it's not just the Marquette volleyball team, it's the whole athletic teams as a whole. I mean, there was in the Kentucky game, the lacrosse team, the men's lacrosse teams out here, they were all in different kinds of jerseys. All ball teams. You had the Marquette women's soccer team, the Marquette women's basketball team, and they were making a lot of noise. The Marquette men's lacrosse team was really getting into in the Kentucky game. So it's good to see all these teams going out to support each other, and then both soccer teams go support each other. So it's really showing how tight-knit the whole athletic community is.
It is cool to see when the teams support each other. Speaking of men's soccer, they're starting their Big East season tonight. Big matchup against Villanova down at Valley Fields. So a couple big Marquette games on campus tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Marquette men's soccer team has been good. They started off pretty well. They were nationally ranked, and then they've got into a little bit of skid. They lost in double overtime to rival Wisconsin on Monday. So they're definitely looking to step it up in conference play and try to get back in the rankings, back at the top of the rankings, and back at the top of the Big East, and want to redeem themselves again in the NCAA tournament and go back to the Sweet 16 or maybe even further like they did last season.
Absolutely. As Taylor Wolf goes back for the serve, 5-2 Marquette leading.
Oh, good defensive play right there. Reitzma again, the first here is all over the place. That was just authority right there on that front line, those touches that they can get with authority. I mean, UNI has been trying all night, but that front line of Marquette has just been on point today and showing out like they usually do, showing they're true, energized, they're playing together as a family, and that's what it is. UNI's, you can see it in the stances in both in both huddles. UNI is looking a little down, but Marquette's up having a good time, so it's definitely a tale of two teams, tale of two games in this one.
Absolutely, the front line of Reitzma, the first year, who's balling out so far. Carson Murray, Hannah Vandenberg. Clearly the advantage there is on the side of Marquette so far in this matchup, and they played a huge part here tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
6-2 Marquette leading here in set 3.
And you can definitely see the advantage of being able to have these veterans and being able to have them coming back. I know we mentioned before the extra year for COVID. It's going to be big because they all know how to play together, and that's why they've been so strong. And for all athletes, not just for volleyball. I mean, Lauren Van Kloon is taking her extra year for the Marquette women's basketball team, but you can see here having Hope Wirtz and Taylor Wolf back for their graduate year is just been so tremendous and such a great asset for Coach Tice. I know he said earlier that he's glad to have them back, glad to have that veteran leadership leading for these young stars that are going to be rising up in this program.
(7-2) Marquette leads. Wolf back for the serve.
Just a little too low. You saw Hope Wirtz trying to get off the ground, but it touched it right before she got it. Good play by UNI. Good play. And you can see now they're starting to get up a little bit more. They're only down by 4, and the set's not over, so they can definitely come back, and just those strategic plays, know in the open space, know where to place it is going to be huge for UNI to come back into this.
There's Olivia Chernigal with the kill for the Panthers, but now Marquette goes up 8-3 as Savannah Rennie picks up the kill.
Oh yeah, that's her 7th kill of the game, and she's just been huge. She's so tall, big presence down there. Hit that one with authority right before UNI could try to get it. So good job right there.
Game violation. Point Panthers.
(9-3) Marquette leads here in set 3. As Kaylee Donner goes back for the serve.
I see the band's getting into it tonight. Hope bringing that firepower from Marquette, and it's just so fun to see that back in, and just you can see that they're feeding off of this energy from the atmosphere in here, and although they're letting up a little bit, they're all just very strong start and the quick game, and that's probably going to be what Coach Tice wants. Quick game. Bodies rest, bodies in and out. So good rotation right now for the Golden Eagles. Everyone that's been playing has provided a spark.
That one hits off of Taylor Wolf out of bounds, but you mentioned the band. You know, we talk about how we didn't have fans in the stands last year, and especially them. We didn't have the noise of the band, or the teams didn't have the noise the band creates, and that's certainly big, especially for a sport like volleyball where you really feed off of that energy.
Yeah, definitely. And for them to be back, but you see that they have special masks, but they still have to play with their mask on. So a little bit still regulations here while we're trying to get through this, but slowly getting it back to that normal feeling. But glad to see them all back out here again.
More tightly contested set 3 thus far as Reitzma hit it out of bounds. 9-7 UNI trails.
They're going on a 3-point run right now, and UNI, this is what they did in the first set, showing they're not letting up. They're not letting Marquette get out to that big lead and get that momentum. So very different feel from the second set, so good rebound by UNI.
And a good block once again from Carson Murray.
Such a big force. Good block right there. Just such a big force for Murray. She makes it just look so easy. It looks like I'm small, so it's not as easy for me to but it looks like she just like lightly touches it, light tap. So it's been a force to be reckoned with in this one today.
Tallest player on the court, standing at 6'4". Up for Wirtz.
Nice try right there for UNI front line, but just a little off on the touch, and it goes backwards, so Marquette gets the point there.
Claire Mosier back to serve. Strawback handles the spike up to Wirch. Wolf with the soft tap over, but it's back to Marquette.
This has been a very good volley so far. Long, good play by both sides.
And we'll get another timeout as Marquette wins that point and goes up 12-7 here in set 3.
Yeah, there's Hope Wirch's 10th kill of the game. She's the first one to double-digit kills in this one for either team, and it shows right now how much more into it, how much more effective Marquette is being than UNI. I mean, UNI is still, their hit percentage has not been very good, and they haven't been getting as many kills as they would have liked, only 23 right now, as opposed to Marquette's 35. So it's really showing how much more aggressive Marquette has been in this game.
Absolutely, they've been putting the pressure on, particularly in set 2. They were really in control for that entire set, trying to complete the sweep here now in set 3, trying to hang on. And how do you think Marquette should try to not lose the focus? You know, you go up in the first 2 sets, you've got some wiggle room, but you're trying to complete the sweep here. How do you try to not lose focus and to keep the pressure on?
You just gotta keep working together as a team. Keep that front line, keep getting those blocks, being a force up front in the middle, but just has to work together, has to communicate, knowing those open spaces and where they could go, and just not letting UNI get the momentum after maybe 1 point here. But Marquette wants to keep the pedal on, keep the pressure, so playing quick, crisp, and collected, cool and collected, which is what they've been doing so far. So hopefully they can keep going out and end this in 3 sets.
Out of the timeout, Mosier back to serve once again. All right, and we'll send it over to Molly once again.
Thank you, Matt. So you've been talking about that front line on that defense. They've been very vital in this game and even yesterday. Carson, we have Taylor Wolf, and speaking of Taylor Wolf, she's an interesting background. She played at the University of Green Bay prior to Marquette. Marquette was her first year last year here, and in 2019 she was Horizon League Player of the Year and Offensive Player of the Year. She has been a huge part of this program, putting up big numbers, big blocks. Yes, last night she put floor blocks up against Wright State, and Coach Tice said she is a terrific skill set, a unique style of play. Her physical size and her arm have just been phenomenal up in that front top. So she's been a very good addition to this team last season and this season. Back to you guys.
Absolutely, another graduate student, as we have mentioned a few times, that veteran leadership, and she's been good today and a big part of what the Golden Eagles are trying to do this season. Yeah,
she was a big part in Green Bay, and she's a big part here. She wasted no time. She really was able to, she came into a new team in her senior year, but was able to just right away be a big part of the team. She knows her teammates now. She got into the system, and she was Horizon Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, and here she's made her mark on this Marquette team as well. So it's good to see that she never skipped a beat. She stays calm, cool, collected, and she's been such a big part to this team. So her career as a whole has just been fantastic in the collegiate play.
15-9 Marquette leads as Hope Wirch sets up for the serve. Good job by the Panthers to survive on that one as Wolf taps it over.
Oh, tough play right there by Emily Holterhouse. Holterhouse tried to get it back into the volley, but just a little too short. And that was a good volley. There have been very good volleys. Some of them have been quick, but some of them have been really good on both sides. Both teams getting touches on the ball and keeping going for a long time.
Service error by Wirtz gives the Panthers a point. 16-10, Marquette leading. Need a rally here if you're in Northern Iowa to try to survive. Up to Wolf, and she slams it down.
Taylor Wolf with authority on that one again. That was just perfect placement right there. Emily Holterhouse tried to get it, but just too fast. Taylor Wolf was too fast on that one for Holterhouse to be able to react.
And that one goes too far.
Yeah, Olivia Chernagle gets the kill, her fourth of the match. So she's getting her name into it, but it's been a pretty slow day over there for kills for UNI. But they're, as we said, slowly starting to come back into this one. But Marquette has to keep the pedal on. Should not let up after points being won by UNI.
Another block by the Golden Eagles. Strawback back for it.
Their defense has just been on point today for Marquette. They're just not letting up, not seeing the time of the day for UNI.
Vandenberg with another opportunity, goes with the soft touch this time.
This rally's been going on for a while. Good plays by both teams, communication and teamwork, and ends right there. Wow.
Savannah Rennie finishes it off.
Savannah Rennie, that was a great exclamation point on what was a good rally, and her 8th kill of the night. Good production right now for Rennie.
Looks like we're going to get a challenge here from Northern Iowa.
Yeah, see if there was a net error on Marquette, and that would be huge for UNI because right there, that exclamation mark, Savannah Rennie getting Marquette pumped up, so this could give them a little bit of leverage, the Panthers, if they could try to take some of the momentum away from the Golden Eagles and try not to get swept on the night.
Yeah, if nothing else, this pause in the action can help stop the momentum. And it was a good challenge by UNI. It works out for them.
Yeah, that was a good challenge right there because they get the point. They're now down by 5, and they can slowly start getting out, and it makes it feel good. Makes Bobby Peterson feel good knowing that she won a challenge and keeping the gas on a little bit more for UNI.
Not much of a contest there from Ryan Tice, satisfied with that call being overturned. And now 17-12, your score here in set 3.
Maybe he could see it in the replay, or he just didn't feel like fighting that one, but he must feel pretty good after the play that Marquette has been going on today.
That point goes to Marquette.
Rennie again, 9th kill, making a name for herself in this one. Guess there's nothing wrong with her eye after all. That was just a little hiccup in the game, but she's been playing on point today.
Taylor Wolf back to serve. Wolf up to Vandenberg. And the Panthers managed to get it over.
That was good job by Megan Whitty. Good punctuation mark. I mean, Marquette was looking a little lost on that one, but slowly starting to come back right now for UNI, but that was a good play by Megan Whitty. Just a little touch, and Marquette was not able to react.
Good block there.
With the kill number 13, Neusmeyer.
There you go. That was a good one. Good. Tried to block it, but Marquette had other ideas.
A few substitutions for Coach Tice as Shesso comes in and sets up for the serve. 19-13, Golden Eagles lead. Serve goes too short.
There's a short one right there by Katie Shesu. So she comes into the game, service error, good point for UNI, but she looking at her hand after that one, didn't get it over enough, not enough firepower in that one, and those are the kind of errors that Coach Tice doesn't want to have. He wants to play a clean game, but a little hiccup on there. That's been a couple of times now. They've had hard errors on their serves, so that's one thing to look into.
Hope Wirtz with another kill.
And that one goes into the stands, gets a couple people into it, and you can see Iggy out there having a good time interacting with all these fans. So fun night right now for the Golden Eagles as they're only 5 points away from winning the match in 3 sets. That'd be huge, as we said earlier, for Ryan Tice to get another three-set sweep. They've really been the point. They've been the best team in this invitation right now and showing what Marquette volleyball is, but they've not given any team the time of day, and it's really showing how monstrous they are in the offense and defensive of sides of the ball.
Rennie back for the serve. 21-14 Marquette leads. Yet to lose a set in this invitational in the 3 games.
Oh, good job by Spanretti getting it over after a couple of short hits.
Up to Rennie. And that one goes out of bounds.
Now Marquette is close to closing in on this, and that would be such a shock, not shocker, but really cool to see if they win in three sets, not lose the set, go undefeated here. So very good play right here. Crisp, calm, collected, and just tale of 2 different weekends right now for Golden Eagles. And you can see their bench is having fun. They're having fun with this one. They like what they're seeing on both ends, and it's just good to see them all back in, fired up for each other. And you can see the stance on Marquette and then the stance for UNI, two different.
Megan Lund into the game for Marquette, gets to serve.
Yeah, the body language, both teams, but this has been a good match for Marquette, definitely.
Wirtz spikes it for yet another kill, and now the fans will come to their feet for another set point.
Match point right here. Could close to get a clean sweep on the weekend. This would be huge for the Golden Eagles.
Lund with the serve. Wolf up to Wirtz, and that one's blocked.
Almost had it right there. Katie Shesu almost had it on that one, but a little too low right there. Hits the ground, and UNI comes back, but Marquette is definitely going to want to capitalize right now.
And that'll do it. Anastasia Svetnik with the kill. Her first of the match, and Marquette finishes off the sweep of UNI.
Anastasia Svetnik, what a good capitalizer on that one, but this has just been a great match for the Golden Eagles. Good job on the weekend, clean sweep on the weekend, and you can see that they were just the better team out of all 4 of the teams that played this weekend.
A clean sweep, as you mentioned. Won all 9 sets they played here in this Marquette Invitational. Marquette moves to 9-2 on the season. UNI to 5-8 after a 25-15 win in set 3 here at the Al McGuire Center. And Kristen, what are your final thoughts overall on this weekend and this big win here for Marquette?
Oh, it was so huge. In the first set, it looked a little shaky. It looked like it was going to be a tight, close game because of all those lead changes. But the second set, Marquette came out. The digs, the kills, the defense, the blocks, that front line we talked about the whole time has been really huge. So that was what I liked a lot. Their defense, the blocks, the communication, and the teamwork. And not letting up in the third set when UNI started to come back, crawl back. into it to try to win the set, but that was just overall good performance, good defense, and Marquette never let their foot off the gas. They were just they really wanted to win this one. They had it out that they didn't want to lose a set this weekend.
And let's see the replay here as a recap of this match here. Clean sweep over UNI. It was a tight one in the first set, as we talked about for a while, but then Marquette really went on cruise control from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And you can see right there, they just never let up. And overall, 44 kills to 26 for Northern Iowa, and that shows right there. And then the assists, 38 assists for Marquette. They were just out there playing as a team and were really on it tonight, on the money tonight. They shows that they wanted it more than Northern Iowa did. Northern Iowa was out there. They were good in the first set, but they just let up, and they got in their heads after that second set that they might not be able to bring it back. So their body language throughout the whole set showed that they didn't want it as much as Marquette did. And now going into conference play, Marquette has this step up, has this momentum, 8-9-2, ready to go for conference play next weekend.
Absolutely. Some final stats for the Golden Eagles. The kills leader, Hope Wirch, with 12, only one in double digits. Savannah Rennie also had 9. Hannah Vandenberg with 7, one of the leaders of that front line we talked about so much today. And Marquette finishes off a clean sweep. Go ahead, Kristen.
Yeah, front line, Hope Wirch, Carson Murray, Hannah Vandenberg, they're all in it today. I mean, they all had great things. Hope Wirch, 12 kills. She was really good out there. That veteran presence showed throughout the entire match.
Yeah. Okay. We're here with Hope Wirch. She led in kills tonight. Hope, what are your thoughts on this weekend, wrapping up 3 sets, 3 wins, in and out?
I thought that we did a good job at staying consistent. That was something that coming into this weekend we knew we needed to do. Last weekend we were pretty inconsistent. We were giving away some free points, and that was a big emphasis for this weekend, and I think that's really what helped us kind of do good.
You touched on those 2 tough games last weekend, both ranked. What are you looking at while you guys are you're getting votes, missing that top 25? Is that something you guys are looking at or not so much?
I wouldn't say that we're focusing on that. We're really focusing just on our development throughout the year, but I believe, and I know that we believe, that we will be in the top 25 at some point. We're knocking on that door, and when we get that break, it's going to be nice.
And then you didn't suit up against UTSA. Well, you didn't take off your jacket. You were there getting other people experience. How important is that right now as a non-conference before you go into Big East play?
For sure. We are an old group right now, and once we're done, we have, 7 or 8 seniors that are going to be leaving, and so it's super important to get some of the underclassmen time so that they can, get the experience on the court with good people to play against. So that's definitely important in the success of our program.
And going to Villanova on the 24th, what are you looking at to open up Big East and the rest of this season?
Yeah, I think staying consistent, staying aggressive, it's always a challenging thing going on the East Coast. Their gyms are different, the ball floats differently. It's not our first time going out there though, so we should be pretty experienced, and I'm excited to get this Big East season started.
Thank you, Hope. Congrats on the win in the weekend.
Thank you.
Well, thanks to Hope Wirch for joining Molly, and looks like she's going to be joined in a second here by head coach Ryan Tice as well.
We're here with Coach Tice. First, congrats on the win. What are your overall thoughts on this weekend and just coming in 2 wins yesterday, 1 today?
I liked our efficiency, and I thought we needed to play a little bit lower error moving forward. And I think we did that throughout the weekend. I think one of the sets, maybe we got a little inefficient, we got a little higher. But for the most part, it was pretty consistent for 9 straight.
Kentucky and Wisconsin last weekend, 2 tough teams. What have you seen from improving from last week to this week as you were playing?
We wanted to get better at first and second touches. I thought we served really well throughout the course of the weekend, pretty low error, pretty aggressive. And so our passing fought off some difficult servers. We bettered the ball a little bit better, secondary setting wise, and get some good out of system looks. So just a couple things cleaned up a little bit, and again, less errors.
A very lengthy front line with Carson, Taylor, Savannah. What have you been seeing in them, and how do you think you can use them to an advantage going into Big East play?
Yeah, we're blocking more balls than we have probably in the last, 4 or 5 years even. And so those guys' length and physicality above the net's pretty important, and hopefully that helps us defensively.
And what are you looking at wrapping up non-conference play going into Big East and the rest of the season now?
Efficiency, exactly what we talked about, getting better from last week to this week, and it did, and we'll need to continue to do it, but we'll have to do it on the road. We got first match, I think, at Villanova right out of the bat, which one of the toughest venues in the Big East to play.
Congrats on the win, and good luck next week in Big East play.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Matt and Kristen.
All right, thanks, Molly. Another sweep here for Marquette over Northern Iowa. Kristen, what are your final thoughts on this weekend for Marquette and kind of what they did well going into Big East play next week?
Exactly what Coach Tice just said. Efficiency is what they had, and they had it. They didn't let up in either games, either sets, and coming into this one, they really needed a win. They needed a lot of wins going in because, as Coach Tice said, it's one of the hardest. Villanova is one of the hardest venues to play in the Big East, so they're going to be challenged throughout this rest of the season. So getting those wins, knowing how to play together, especially that front line, getting the experience, and as Hope said, getting the experience everyone, because they're an old team. They're going to be losing a lot of people out this year, so getting everyone in it, it's just been really good. And I think that this weekend was a great time to get everyone into it and get that confidence back up after a tough weekend last week.
Absolutely. Well, again, a clean sweep of the weekend, and that'll do it for us here on Marquette TV. For Molly Gretzlock, Kristen Parisi, I'm Matt Yazel. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great night, everybody.